Welcome to another review room tutorial. Today we're looking at the dashboard, but we want to take a look at manage users. So if you look on your left, under the manage tab, there's something called manage users. So if I click on this, it's going to take me inside the manage users screen, and we're going to learn about all the different really cool things that we can do in the manage users interface. Okay, so now that I'm here, you'll notice that there are a lot of accounts here, and all of them are very weird looking in a sense. They don't look like real people, all these email addresses. So what are these? And the answer is that they're mostly test accounts. So when you start your review room, every group that you create, so if you create 2 applicant groups, by default review room is going to create 2 test users with these fake email addresses, and it's going to put it in your account, right? And the reason for that is so that you have something to play with as you're setting up your review room, and of course when you're ready to launch, you can remove all those extra users, clean up your review room, and get ready, right? Okay, so let's talk about some of the things that you can do. So it's very important for us to clarify the difference between manage users, which you see here, right? And also the submissions, because we also have managed submissions, and you can manage the submissions in different groups like global applicants or local applicants. And the main difference is this: multiple users can be part of the same application. There are a lot of times where people set up review rooms where someone and a group of 3 people, for example, a team of 3 people, co-applicants, team members, can apply to can submit an application. We call that team members. Some people call it co-applicants. But basically the idea is that you can have a many-to-one relationship. Therefore, we need a section for manage users. But the opposite is also true, because you can also have situations where one user will submit more than one application. Let's say it's a review room set up for accepting nominations. One person may nominate 10 other people. So because of this distinction, we have a manage user section, and we also have a manage applicant section. So that's what that's really about. Now let's focus on the manage users though. So one of the things you can do is you can select any number of users, right? And then what you can do is click send email, and then at this time it's going to ask you, well, what do you want to do? Do you want to send them a plain email or account login information? Let me choose plain email for a second just to go from there. And essentially here you can change the email and the person that it comes from, but by default whoever you're logged in as, it's going to show up as them. You can type in a subject, right? But the most important thing is you can insert custom fields like first name and last name, so you could do things like hi, first name, and then continue the text. And the other cool thing is that you can put in as many fields as you want, and a lot of these fields are going to come from the actual forms that people fill out. Now the other nice thing is that you can also save a template, right? So you can save templates from your email. So if you're sending out the same email a lot, then you can just save that as a template rather than retyping it. Now if I click review and send, what's going to happen is you're going to see a preview, you're going to see who it's going to go to, and then you can actually click on the send button. And as soon as you do that, basically it's going to say, well, we sent this to 2 people. You press OK, and that's really cool. So now you can also select a number of users and maybe reset their password, or maybe this guy right here, let's reset his password. It gives you a dialog to type in their password. So if someone calls you and says, well, I can't log in, can you reset my password? You can actually do that. Applicants can actually do that themselves as well, but sometimes someone just for whatever reason wants you to do it, you can do that. You can also download an application. So once you do that, you click on that download button. Essentially it's just going to open up in an Excel file all the relevant information for that particular for that particular user rather. Again, you can remove people, you can activate people. So what happens is when users first sign up, what's going to happen is they're going to get an email to verify that their email address was typed in correctly. So for whatever reason, if someone accidentally deletes that email or doesn't look at it, they might call you and say, well, how do I handle that? You can select their user and then activate it if they haven't clicked on that link. And of course, our support staff actually takes care of that. So for things like that, they'll actually contact us, and don't worry, because we'll go in and do these things on your behalf. But just to let you know, these options all exist. So that's it for part 1 of user management. There is a part 2. It's just as exciting. So stay tuned, and we'll see you in the next one.